Vertical farming and climate change. Can it really save the planet? What if we could grow enough fruits and vegetables to feed everyone on Earth in less space than a single American football field? That sounds too good to be true. But that's just one of the many claims made about vertical farms. Multi-story structures that stack layers of crops on top of each other and maximize growing area using advanced technology. Proponents argue that this innovative method can revolutionize agriculture, reduce our environmental impact, and save the planet. But how valid are these claims? Let's dive into the world of vertical farming to find out. First, let's talk about land use. As our population grows, so does the demand for food. This means we need more farmland to meet this demand. But with over 7 billion people on the planet, where do we even find the space to grow all the food we need? Vertical farming may offer a solution to this problem by allowing us to grow food in smaller spaces without sacrificing quality or yield. A study published in the journal PNAS estimated that vertical farms can produce up to 395 times more food per hectare than traditional farms. That's an impressive statistic. But it's important to note that the study was conducted in a controlled environment with ideal conditions that may not always be replicable. Regardless, this example illustrates the potential of vertical farms to produce significant amounts of food in small areas. By using less land, vertical farms can help protect natural habitats, reduce the risk of soil erosion, and minimize the use of pesticides and fertilizers, which can have harmful effects on the environment. Additionally, they can be located closer to urban centers, reducing transportation costs and emissions associated with food distribution. Next, let's discuss water conservation. Water is an essential resource for growing crops, but it's becoming increasingly scarce in many parts of the world. Vertical farms can help conserve this precious resource by using innovative techniques such as hydroponics and aeroponics, which deliver water and nutrients directly to the roots of plants instead of watering the soil. One study found that vertical farms using hydroponics can save up to 95% of water compared to traditional agriculture. Additionally, vertical farms can recycle and reuse water, further reducing waste. This is particularly important in areas where water is already scarce. The water savings from vertical farming can help alleviate pressure on local water resources, ensuring that there's enough water for both agriculture and other essential uses such as drinking and sanitation. Moreover, reducing water usage also minimizes the energy required for pumping and processing water, leading to lower operational costs and a smaller carbon footprint. Another benefit of vertical farming is the potential to reduce pesticide use. As we mentioned earlier, vertical farms can be located close to urban centers, which reduces the distance food needs to be transported, thereby lowering carbon emissions. This is because the production, processing, and transportation of food account for a significant portion of greenhouse gas emissions. By shortening the supply chain, vertical farms can help mitigate climate change by reducing the amount of fossil fuels needed to transport food. Additionally, vertical farms can implement sustainable practices such as renewable energy efficiency, and waste reduction to further decrease their carbon footprint. For example, some vertical farms use solar panels to generate electricity, LED lighting to reduce energy consumption, and rainwater harvesting to supplement water supplies. These efforts can help make vertical farming a more environmentally friendly option compared to traditional agriculture. Furthermore, vertical farms can implement integrated pest management strategies to minimize the need for pesticides. This approach focuses on using natural predators, crop rotation, and other methods to control pests while reducing reliance on harmful chemicals. By minimizing pesticide use, vertical farms can protect the health of farm workers, consumers, and the environment. This is especially important in urban areas where pesticide drift can contaminate nearby water sources and harm wildlife. However, despite the numerous potential benefits of vertical farming, it's essential to consider the challenges and drawbacks associated with this new technology. One of the main concerns is the high carbon footprint of vertical farms, which can be up to 3 times higher than traditional agriculture, due to the significant amount of electricity used for lighting, climate control, and other operations. While some vertical farms are incorporating renewable energy sources, many still rely on fossil fuels, contributing to greenhouse gas emissions. Another challenge is the cost of building and operating a vertical farm, which can be substantial. limiting the scalability and accessibility of this technology for small farmers or developing countries. Additionally, vertical farms may require specialized equipment and skilled labor, which can be in short supply in some regions. Furthermore, there are concerns about the potential impacts of vertical farming on local economies and communities. As vertical farms can be capital-intensive and automated, they may replace jobs traditionally done by local farmers or agricultural workers. This could lead to economic hardship in rural communities that rely on agriculture for income. In contrast to these potential negatives, vertical farming can create new jobs in urban areas, but these would likely be different from those in traditional agriculture. To fully assess the impact of vertical farming on climate change, we need to consider both the benefits and drawbacks. We must weigh the potential for increased food production, water conservation, and reduced pesticide use against the challenges of high energy consumption, cost, and potential job displacement. One way to approach this is by conducting life cycle assessments, which evaluate the environmental impacts of a product or process from its initial production to its eventual disposal. Life cycle assessments can help us understand the overall impact of vertical farming and identify areas for improvement. Looking at both sides of the argument, it's clear that vertical farming isn't a silver bullet solution to climate change. However, it has the potential to be part of the solution. By embracing innovation and adopting sustainable practices, we can harness the benefits of vertical farming while mitigating its drawbacks. Here are a few examples. First, we can promote the use of renewable energy sources, such as solar power, to reduce the carbon footprint of vertical farms. Additionally, we can support research and development into energy-efficient technologies and systems that minimize energy consumption. Government policies and incentives can play a crucial role in encouraging the adoption of these technologies. By offering tax breaks or subsidies, governments can make vertical farming more financially viable and attractive to investors. Moreover, public-private partnerships can foster innovation and knowledge sharing, accelerating the development of sustainable vertical farming solutions. Vertical farming companies can also invest in training and education programs to develop a skilled workforce capable of operating and maintaining vertical farms. This can help create new job opportunities and support local economies. One promising example of a company taking these steps is aeroponics, a vertical farming company based in New Jersey. Aeroponics uses a unique growing system called aeroponics, which uses 95% less water than traditional agriculture, doesn't require pesticides, and produces crops in 30 days or less. The company has also partnered with the New Jersey Institute of Technology to develop a Master S-degree program in vertical farming, training the next generation of experts in the field. Similarly, another company, Fifth Season, based in Houston, Texas, has developed a proprietary vertical farming platform that uses up to 80% less energy than traditional methods. The company has also partnered with the University of Arizona to conduct research on the environmental impacts of vertical farming. So does vertical farming really have the potential to save the planet? Considering both sides of the argument, the answer seems to lie somewhere in the middle. While vertical farming isn't a panacea for climate change, it offers promising solutions for increasing food production, conserving water, and reducing pesticide use. The key is to focus on sustainable practices that minimize the carbon footprint of vertical farms and maximize their positive impacts. By investing in renewable energy, energy efficiency, training, and education, we can harness the potential of vertical farming to create a more sustainable and resilient food system. As technology continues to advance and our understanding of sustainable agriculture grows, we must remain open to new possibilities and innovative solutions. Vertical farming may not be the singular solution to climate change, but it can be a valuable tool in our collective efforts to create a healthier planet and a more sustainable future. What are your thoughts on vertical farming? Do you think it can help combat climate change, or are there other solutions you'd like to see prioritized? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on our latest videos. Together we can continue to learn and work toward a more sustainable future. Thanks for watching.